Okay, yes. Okay, it was very good to see you all there again. Hope you all are doing well. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello. I can hear someone saying hello. Big cute. Okay. Very good to see you all again. Yeah. Very fortunate we all are again here to gather and practice together. We have to appreciate and feel good about it. Yeah. So okay, so today, as I said yesterday, we will go through the geometry practice, and then we can do also together at the same time we can recite the geometry. So before then that I thought of as I mentioned the other day about the 7 posture of Buddha Vairochana. I think it's very important. So let me just go through it. I think many of you know, and I think because sitting position is, you all can hear me clearly? Yeah, okay, great. Sitting position makes a different, a lot different in, I think, in so many things, when we sit straight, even from the point of view of yoga and exercises, they always ask us to, sit straight, not like, bending or, some kind of a very clumsy way of sitting, very, sometimes, how do you say, everything is very stiff. Then, of course, we get sick, because of our sitting position, then of course, bending too much of your head, all these external problems, like there are so many problems that cause. So of course, from the spiritual point of view also, the 7 posture of Vairochana is always recommended. So I think all of you know more or less. So anyway, just let me remind it again. So 7 posture of Vairochana. The first is the cross-legged. We say normally leg in full lotus, so cross-legged. So I think you all know, when you do the cross-legged, the left one should go first and then right one on the top. Yeah. So here in video I can't, because it doesn't come somehow my iPad. So I think you know, left hand go first, left leg go first, and then right on the top. So there are so many different posture, but in our case, the 7 posture of Vairochana, all these Buddhas, the posture is always like that: left on the left first, and then right on the top. Yeah. So that is the first one, cross-legged. And then second one is spine straight. Yeah. Spine have to be straight. We shouldn't, it shouldn't, how do you say, be sitting like, bending like that. Always straight, fully, very straight. And then shoulder broadened. Shoulder shouldn't be like that, like inward. Many people, many of us have a tendency to sit like that. So it has to be broadened, fully broadened, yeah, like that. And then that's the third one, yeah, cross leg, spine straight, and then shoulder broadened, yeah. Third one. And then fourth one is neck slightly bent. Sometimes we sit too, like too much of looking upward. So that's not the correct way. Slightly bend, so always like that, straight. So not bending too much also downward. So slightly bend in the sense, not going upward like that. So straight like this. This is the slightly bend. You feel something here, the throat. So there's a slight bend there. So that's the fourth one. And then fifth one is hands, the hands in the gesture of equanimity. So we always do that at your navel. Yeah. So that also, the left one goes first and the right one on the top. and then equanimity gesture. So that goes on the navel, yeah, very comfortably there. And then sixth one is tip of tongue touching the plate here while you are meditating, and also while you are sitting in this posture. I think normally when you are reciting or you are doing chanting, then of course you cannot touch your tip on here on the plate. Of course you have to recite or anything. So in that sense, not only the tip touching the tip of your tongue on the plate is only when you meditate, and only you are just on silent or just doing meditation. I think that is recommended. But normally when you listen to teaching, when you are doing recitation, when you are doing puja, rituals, whatever, the other rest of the posture is always recommended. Yeah. So there's the sixth one, tip of tongue touching the plate. And then seventh one is the eye. Yeah. Gaze, gaze plays in the direction of nose. So normally we say, we just gaze, we look at the tip of the nose like that. Or there are few options. You can just look straight, So as I said the other day, in Mahayana practice, we don't recommend people to close your eyes. Closing eyes is the Hinayana way of meditating. So in our case, we always open our eyes. So in Mahayana, in equanimity posture, we say, look at the tip of your nose. So that's the perfect way of keeping your eyes without distracting. So eyes is in among all these seven posture, eyes is the most important thing. That's why we have to keep our eyes in one place, one direction, one place, because eye is the one that brings distraction. For example, when you are just looking at that, your eyes goes like that, and you see something, and then you get distracted immediately. And then sometimes you hear something, and again you look. Your eyes is very active. So eyes is the important. How do you say? In terms of keeping you in the meditative state of mind. So eyes has to be very, how do you say, still, without like looking at. When you have no good meditation, then our eyes are always moving around too much, blinking. And also we recommend not to blink that much. Some people have a tendency to blink again and again. So if you do good if you are good at meditation, then eyes naturally stays very calm, very still, just like that. We can see all these great practitioners, all these great masters, they have a different eyesight, the way they look, the way they sit, eyes is very gentle, very in peace. We can see that. So eyes is very important among all these seven postures. So these are the seventh one is the gazing at, we say normally tip of your nose, just look at that. So these are the seven posture of the Buddha Vajrayana. So why we are doing it, so when we are sitting straight, the perfect, in the perfect position, our body is in the perfect position, then the prana, we say prana in Sanskrit, or the wind, wind of our wind inside, not only wind, the first thing is the nerves, all the channels get straightened, when your body is in the perfect position, and then all this, we have a lot of channels and nerves inside our system, body system, so all this gets straightened. So when the channels and all these nerves are straightened, it's very straight, and then the wind goes properly, the prana, wind goes in the very good way. Otherwise, the way we sitting, then it blocks our wind, then of course we get sick externally, and internally all these problems, all these afflictive emotions, and all this caused by all, how do you say, our way of sitting. So I think that's why, let me just go through what is the benefit of each posture. Yeah. So the first one is, we say all these are very connected with the wind, because our body is functioning because of the wind, and of course all these, five elements, our body is functioning. We are surviving just because of the five elements are functioning very well inside our body. That's why we feel well. If one of our elements are not working properly or not functioning, then we start to get sick or ill. Yeah. So so the first one, crossing, sitting cross-legged, balance your downward clearing wind. We say downward, the downward, we have a wind there, of course, from top to bottom we have wind, wind always like functioning. So the sitting cross-legged, balance your downward, the downward clearing wind balance, it works very well when you sit in cross-leg. Yeah. And then second one, the spine straight, and then shoulder broadened, so that balance upward wind, upward, from the, let's say, from your waist to the head, upward wind, that balance very well. So that's why it's important to sit straight, and then spine have to be very straight, and your shoulder has to be broadened, very straight, so that balance our upward wind. And then neck slightly bend, yeah, bow, no, sorry, yeah, the spine straight and okay, what is it? No, yeah, spine straight, and then shoulder broadened is the pervasive wind. We say pervasive, the wind all around our body. That balance is pervasive wind in which functions entire body. So that how do you say, balance the, yeah, shoulder broadened, and then spine straight, balance the pervasive wind. And then neck slightly bend is the upward, neck slightly bending, sitting like that balance our upward wind. Yeah. And then fifth one, the hand in the gesture of equanimity, that balance the fire equalizing wind. It says fire, the warm, the, how do you say, heat inside, how do you say heat, we say, yeah, the fire, that balance the we say fire equalizing wind, that balance that, sitting equanimity posture. And then touching the, tongue, touching the tip of our tongue, the plate, and our eyes gazing, the way we, keep our eyes, that balance the life-sustaining wind. We say, we are, of course, we are sustaining, we are surviving because of the life-sustained wind within us. So when we die, our life-sustaining wind, gets finished, or how do so, stopped, then we die. So this, our gazing our eyes, and then touching the tip of tip of the tongue on the plate, that balance the life-sustaining wind. So all these postures are very connected to the wind, within our body system. So that's why we say it's very important to always recommend it to sit still, straight. Of course, I think you all know much better than we do, because everybody, from scientific point of view, or from yoga point of view, from exercise point of view, all this physiotherapy, all these people tell a lot about it. So we as a practitioner always, unless you have any problem, sitting cross-legged, I know many of you have, because your way of upbringing is different than we, we always sit cross-legged from the childhood, from very baby, we have no chairs to sit. So we are very used to sitting like that. But in your case, you have always been sitting on the chair, you don't know how to even cross leg. So in that case, there is no obligation, you can also sit straight on your chair, rest of the, except for the leg, the rest of the posture, you can always do that. So if you are capable enough, or if your body is flexible enough, then it's very important and very good to train your body to sit in the 7 posture of the Buddha Vajrayana. It's very recommended. Yeah. So that's what I thought, it's quite important to just let you know, so you all can practice. If it is, if it is okay with your body, of course, you have to always listen to your body. We shouldn't be, forcing too much. Then sometimes, then it will make you sick, by sitting cross-legged. I mean, in the beginning, or even for us, of course, we have been sitting, not exactly cross-legged, but we have, our mundane way of sitting in Himalayas. We have to sit something like that. But then sitting cross-legged, you have to get used to it. You have to practice it. Otherwise, it's very difficult, very painful. So these are the practice you can do if it is okay, and if your body allows, and if you feel flexible. So then you can always sit in the cross or this body, because then, as I said, when your body is in the perfect position, and then channels get straightened, and then wind gets straightened. So then when our winds are working properly, then that's what we say, the yishe, all this wisdom, very easy to understand, very easy to realize, very much connected. That's why we say, tsalung, one of the advanced practice of, wind and all this inner heat practice, all these are very much connected to your, the way or how we sit, and the way how we keep our, channels and all these things. So this is quite recommended. So you all can, how do you say, check and see how much you can do, sit in the 7 posture of Virabhutana. Yeah? So that's one of the important thing. And then the second one is, yesterday I forgot to say, when I was sharing with all of you about the teaching from the night moon. So as I said yesterday, when Holiness said, we shouldn't be like a monkey, copying human beings. So in that sense, as I mentioned, the other thing is, we say normally, of course, this is, I'm Vajrayana practice, so that's why I have to do. I am Hinayana practice, that's why I should avoiding harming others. I'm Mahayana practice, therefore I have to, benefit others. Therefore, I have to be vegetarian. So that is the one reason we give. So the other reason is, many people, many students, we tend to say it's my guru's instruction. Yeah, many of us say that, oh, my guru says that. My guru instruct me to do that. That's why I'm doing it. My guru asked me to do Jiva practice. That's why I'm doing it. My guru asked me to do Guru Yoga. Therefore, I'm doing it. Oh, there are many reasons. My guru says it. So there is a very important thing we have to understand. And Holiness himself very clearly mentioned it to me when I was sharing with my colleagues. When we say my guru, my guru says that. That's why I'm doing it. Therefore I'm doing it. So, as I mentioned the other day, when we say guru, it's very profound. It only comes in the Vajrayana, guru and disciple connection, or the guru-disciple relationship. In Hinayana and Mahayana, we don't consider that much. We say teacher, rather, guru is, we wouldn't say guru in Mahayana and Hinayana practice. We normally say teacher, or your, I don't know, Kempo, Gewesheng in Tibetan, When we say guru, root guru, Tsawe Lama in Tibetan. So that is referring very much, we mention or consider in the Vajrayana. So when we say guru, which is, as I said, it's a Vajrayana term, and then it has a very, very profound, we have to understand. It's not just kind of a easy going way of, connecting with your guru. So when we say guru in Vajrayana, as I mentioned the other day, guru is everything. Buddha, all the Buddhas are your guru, all Sanghas are your guru, everything in this world inseparable from your guru, everything in the sense, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and, guru, Dhaka, Dakini, and what do you say? All these are inseparable from your guru. So your guru is the manifestation of all the Buddhas of 3 times. As I mentioned, as I read from the word of my perfect teacher the other day. So guru, as I said, we have to look at guru as real Buddha. So that devotion is very much needed. So here, when we say oh, this is my guru's instruction, that's why I'm doing it. We would say that. I think many of us would definitely say that. My guru asked me to do, that's why I'm doing it. So when we say that, there's a very important thing to understand, Holiness said. So, for example, your guru would say, different things, like practice and all these are very common. For example, in other case, if one day your guru would ask you to, do something unusual things, like, if your guru asks you to, Holiness said himself, I was also sharing with my colleagues here, if your guru asks you to eat chicken every day, one chicken every day, yeah, that can happen. It's not like we shouldn't be expecting your guru to say everything, something which, how to say, good thing you would like to listen. But guru would say so many things. Look at the marpa to mila repa, naropa to tilopa to naropa, and naropa to marpa, So what the guru says. So if in case one day your guru asks you to, eat chicken, okay, you have chicken every day, one chicken, okay, your guru says that. And then if you are, how do you say, if you have no pure devotion towards your guru, so as soon as your guru says that, you would say no. Okay, now I understand my guru is not a genuine guru. He wouldn't say, if he is a genuine guru wouldn't say to wouldn't ask me to eat chicken every day, oh, that means finish now, I'm no longer his disciple. Okay, so then finish, you are already finished. Maybe, of course, when we say, that's why in Vajrayana we have to be very careful. Connecting with your guru is in the very beginning, you have to check everything. So once you consider yourself as a disciple to one guru, then you cannot be breaking your samaya. So if we say that, okay, now he is no longer a genuine guru, I'm giving up anyway, so then finished, you are already finished, you might be going to hell, or whatever happens. So the second thing we would say, okay, my guru asked me to do that, so let's do it. Maybe there might be a reason. So if somebody asks, okay, you are eating, why you are having every day chicken, I don't know, my guru asked me, I don't know, there might be a reason. We would say that. If we say that, so we have a doubt. See, I said, I don't know, there might be a reason. My guru asked me to eat chicken every day. I'm eating it. I'm eating it now. I have been eating for 1 year because he asked me. My guru asked me, but I don't know the reason. I don't know. It's a good reason, or I don't know. So we have a doubt. When I say I don't know, means you have a doubt. So then it doesn't benefit at all. That's what Holiness very clearly mentioned. If we have a doubt, So when it comes to Vajrayana, if we have a doubt, then you never get blessings. We have to have a pure devotion. That's why, 100%, belief or confident. So if I say, I don't know, there might be a reason. My guru asked me to do it. I'm just doing it. Then we say, this is my guru's instruction. Then you don't get any benefit out of that, maybe a little bit, but then not much, not fully. So when we say it's my guru's instruction, what we have to have as a student qualification, we have to have a 100% confidence in your guru. Whatever, because your guru is Buddha, because your guru is everything, he is a enlightened being. Whatever enlightened master asks you to do is definitely something, definitely, it's not, it's not maybe, it's 100% going to be at the cause of enlightenment. Even though it looks funny, your guru asks you to eat chicken every day, it looks externally, it looks funny, but it's 100% sure that it's the cause of getting enlightenment. That we have to, that is very important. I think we all have to understand. Otherwise, we say, I think many of us say, it my guru's instruction, I'm doing it. But mainly, I think the practice and all these things. But if, that's why the first Gyalwang Drukpa, Dogon Sangpa Gyare said, to his disciple, until now, you all seem to have a good devotion, because I am also being good master, I am teaching you all these good things. If one day, if I ask to, any of you, I mean, any of my disciples to kill 100 yak, yak, we say yak, so then I will check who has the, like 100% devotion, who has the pure devotion. Then I will find out whether you have a devotion or not. He said very clearly, so that's referring to the same, how do you say, same subject here, when we say it's my guru's instruction and I'm doing it, we have to have pure devotion towards your guru. Then there is no doubt. You have no doubt. Whatever you do is the 100% Buddha Dharma, 100% is the cause of getting enlightenment. So then we get the 100% blessings. It's not something to do with your guru or whatever. We, as a, if we want to get 100% blessings of your guru, then we should have a confidence in your guru. Your guru is everything. That's what every sutra, not sutra, all this tantric practice says. Your guru is there to help you. They come in the forms of, they deliberately take the human form in order to help you. They are already enlightenment, but it's because of their compassion, they are coming back in this world to help you. So we, as a disciple, when we say it's my guru's instruction, we have to have 100% confidence or the pure, devotion towards your guru. Only then we get fully blessings, full blessings, let's say total blessings from your guru. Otherwise, it's a doubt. If we have a doubt, then we don't get blessings. So that's why it's, I think, very important to understand. One of the main important, one of the most important, because many of us say this, oh, it's my guru's instruction. But in our mind, we don't know whether how you look at your guru. Sometimes it's a human being. Guru is a human being. It's my smart guru. Or he's intelligent. He looks, he's good looking. Sometimes we might say that. Or he's very smart. He's very knowledgeable. He's very intelligent. He's very, I don't know. There are so many mundane reasons. That's why Holiness always say, I think many of you already have heard a lot about him. When we are pointing one of the quality of guru, means you are finished. You have to see guru as a, we shouldn't have any. Guru is, shunyata. Guru is the union. So if we are pointing one of his quality, and that's why I have devotion, means we have no devotion. This we have to be very careful, and we have to understand. I think it's very important. We as a disciple of a guru, if we consider ourselves as a disciple of one particular guru, then we have to have fully confidence in it, and then only then we get the total blessings. Yeah. So that, I think, one of the important things I forgot to mention yesterday. Okay, so anyway, let's go through Ryo Sangchur now. I think all of you have the rosary now. Yeah. So let me give a little bit of introduction about Ryo Sangchur first, and then we can practice and also go through the all these things anyway, refuge and all these things. Little bit of explanation, not much needed. So Ryo Sangchur, actually, it's as we can see here, Ryo Sangchur, it's called now burned offerings on the mountainside. Yeah, we called it Ryo Sangchur. So I think literally translated as a mountainside. So I don't know why, I don't know in the sense, when we say Ryo, mountainside, why we say mountainside? I think it's the, how do you say, what do you call this? A poetic way of saying. Again, the other day we say divine blue water. I don't know. Divine blue, what is that? That Nolsang Instruction, something like that. So here also we are saying, mountainside means it refers to the big, Ryo Sangchur. The sang burnt offering should be very big, very vast, very spacious. I think that's referring to that, not a mountain, some referring to a particular mountain or anything. Yeah. So this is a poetic way of naming it. So we have a, in Tibetan, when we go through all this Tibetan Tibetan philosophy and all these things. We have so many, like a way of, naming them, name after who, name, sometimes we name after who requested the teaching, sometimes we named after example, sometimes we named after, the main, how do you say, reason of the teaching. So here, I think it's a Ryo Sangchue means naming after, it's an example, Ryo. So mountain is very big. Mountain is, so big, so high, so big. So our offerings of the burnt offering smoke is, the smoke is as high as the mountain. Yeah. So I think that's why we are calling it Ryo mountainside. So here it says, go through it. I think you all have now rosary, yeah. So Om Soti, so that is the auspicious wording, Om Soti. To perform the burnt offerings on the mountainside, a pith instruction from Hlatsun Namka Jingme, Terma cycle, the accomplishment of life force for masters of awareness. Tibetan we call it Rigdin Sogdup. So there's the one. So this is coming from, we call it Hlatsun Namka Jingme. So he's a great master, or we call, he is a reincarnation of this two great master, Bimala Mitra, one of the great Pandita of India, and the Dzogchen master in Tibet, we call it Longchen, yeah, Kunkel Longchen Rabjam. So he's the incarnation of these both great masters, Bimala Mitra and then Kunkel Longchen Rabjam. There are so many names. One of the great masters in Nyingma lineage. There are four Kunken. So one of the great Kunken. So he is the reincarnation. Hlatsun Namka Jingme. Here we named here in the Ryo Sangchue. So he is the reincarnation of these two great masters. And he himself is a Terton. Yeah. He himself is a Terton, and he is the what do you call? Of course he is a great master, because it says he has all these, what do you call this? It says, when he was born, and I think the sign, he in space between his eyebrows and the tip of the tongue and nose were all clearly marked with the 6 syllable ah, letter ah. He has so many letter ah in his tongue, in his, between his nose and eyebrows. So that how do you say, that shows that he is the immediate reincarnation of these two great masters. Yeah. So Hlatsun Namka Jingme. So he is the founder of this Ryo Sangchue, who he's that's why I say he's a Terton. He discovered the Rigdin Sogdup. So there are so many teachings, of course, Terma, we call it Rigdin Sogdup. So they call it in English, what do you call it? Yeah, they call it attainment. Yeah, Namka Jingme was himself a Terton. He was the discoverer of the attainment of the Vidya Dara life. We call it Rigdin Sogdup. That's what we put here in the Ryo Sangchue also, Rigdin Sogdup. So then, from this is Ryo Sangchue is coming from the Rigdin Sogdup. Yeah, so this is one of the great Terma practice. Founded by the Namka Jingme. So who is the reincarnation of Bimala Mitra and the Kunchen Longchen Rabjam. So this practice, Ryo Sangchue itself, is a Dzogchen, very much referring to the Dzogchen practice from the beginning to the end. So he's of course great master. As I said, he has so many signs, and then he ordained. He ordained in a very young age. I don't want to go through all these biographies. And then he has practiced, entire his life. And then towards the end, he was in Sikkim mostly. He was staying in Sikkim, and then he managed to, spread and then flourish all this Dharma teaching in Sikkim. That's why Latun Nankajime lately in the sense towards the end of his life, I think half of his life he spent in Sikkim. So there's a very holy place of we called it Mosel, I don't know. I mean, I think many of you visited there. So Latsun Namkajime, holy places also still today we can visit in Sikkim. Yeah, so he is a great master, enlightened, of course, in reincarnation of these two great masters. So who is the founder of this, the Ryo Sangje, okay? So here it says, use a clean vessel or hearth with this burn in an auspicious fire any available substances, incense, medicines, and 3 white food, then 3 sweet food substances for burning, flour, butter, and so forth, sprinkling them with pure water. So all these substances exactly the same as the Nolsang. So we went through all the detail in Nolsang. So Ryo Sancho same. So there is no such particular thing as we might think, oh, Nolsang need that and Ryo Sancho has a different substance. It's not like that. All the smoke offering can have all these different substances. So here few things we mentioned, but I think not as much as we have in Nolsang. So Nolsang has the very detailed about all the burned substances. So we can always include all of them in Ryo Sancho as well. Even though you are just practicing Ryo Sancho only, the substances are most welcome if you if you can do that. Yeah. So so then it's in the beginning it's a sprinkling them with pure water. So that is the cleansing. So when we say Ryo Sangju, let me just give kind of a brief about what is the particular or the different kind of a what is, how do you say, otherwise Nolsang and Ryo Sangju and Tashi Rekong, we have so many different smoke offerings, but mainly particularly the Ryo Sangju is the one of the effective practice to pay the karmic debt. Yeah, it's a very effective. That's why I very much recommend to do, because we are full of karmic debt anyway. Yeah, we all understand the karmic debt. So when we say karmic debt, because of the karmic debt we are getting sick, we are getting headache. Because of the karmic debt we have physical so many problems, organ problems, kidney problems, cancer these days, so many cancer problem, like kidney failure, I don't know, liver, fatty liver, and I don't know, lung problems, all these external diseases. And also not only that, like losing job, not having prosperity, whatever we wish doesn't come as we wish, there's so much obstacles. And then the one the loved ones we lost, of course we want always them to be around, but then we can't get along, and there are so many problems, because not just because of the karmic death. We have so much of karmic death from the beginning lists up until today. So when we say karmic death, what is karmic death? Karmic death is not something very deep or something kind of, many of us might think that karmic death means, oh, this is something, how do you say, we purposely, for example, I purposely kind of have a negative thought about the other beings or something like that. That is not only the karmic death. Karmic death comes every day. We are living with the karmic death. For example, I'm giving a cup of tea to my friend. That become karmic death. I invite one of my guests and then I'm offering her or him a cup of tea and a biscuit. That is karmic death. Really, I'm saying it because we have a condition. We all have a condition. It's okay if we are beyond condition. If we are beyond condition and you have no concept of tea, no concept of biscuit, no concept of I, no concept of my friend, then okay, then there is no karmic death. But we are living with the karmic death because you have concept of I being exist, my friend being exist, giving a cup of tea, very expensive cup of tea, and then this biscuit is very expensive, I'm giving it to my friend. That all become karmic death. To love one also, I love him, become karmic death. I really care for him. I give him medicine, I give her medicine, I give him food, clothing, all all become karmic debt. You know, one way or another, we have to pay back. We have to pay back, eating meat, karmic death. Of course, we easily can eat meat in the restaurant and in this life, dinner, breakfast, lunch, but then when it comes to karmic death, the food we are eating, the meat you are eating, if you are having a piece of chicken, we have to one day, sooner or later, one way or another, this chicken you are eating, you are putting in your mouth, one day you have to cut one piece of your meat and give it back to that chicken, for sure. That is the repay thing. It's not that oh, I deserve it. Why you deserve it? Of course not deserve. We are just eating it because you have money, you have you have everything, all the facilities, so I'm having this chicken. So it's not free. Okay, we think that I pay the money, but paying money is a different way. When you eat a piece of chicken, means one day this chicken will eat a piece of meat from your body. Really, it's not easy at all. That's why I said we are living with the karmic debt. Or the other way is, of course, when you eat a piece of chicken, you have to, as I said, mentioned the other day, what the previous Tuksar Rinpoche does. He even, for recite mantras for hours, for 3-4 hours until his food is totally cold. And then sometimes he cries, only then he eats. Means that much of dedicating, that much of, the, how do you say, love and dedication goes to that being. Then I think that karmic debt is clear. Other than that, whatever we do with all this condition, with the concept, with the dualistic conceptual mind, whatever we do become karmic debt. So we have a lot of karmic debt. We have to repay whatever we have been eating until now, since beginninglesses. Yeah. So sometimes we, out of our, how do you say, joyous or picnic, or I don't know, just we say we ride horse, or just it's an enjoyment, let's enjoy, ride horse. One day a horse will be riding us. There's the karmic debt. Yeah, there are so many things. Of course, slave, mate, we say I have slave, the she or he is my mate, so we how do we let them work like anything. One day you have to be slave of that person. In this life you say she or he is my slave, he or she is my mate, and then you don't care, it doesn't matter. Oh, bring tea, how come you didn't cook food for me, how come it's not delicious? One day the person will exactly giving, you have to pay back, exactly you have to be slave of your mate one day. There is no other way. So we have to, that's why we say we have to be very careful. That's why we are getting sick. We are getting headache, we have cancer problem, we have kidney problem, we have all these problems just because of so much of karmic debt we have to repay. So we have to go through tremendous pain sometime. All these problems comes, the bone problem, cancer problem, kidney problem, so many sicknesses just because of the karmic debt. So and of course, not only the physical sicknesses, but the mental suffering also. We are sometimes we are just, there is no reason, but we are no happy. We are very, very deep in our, how do you say, mind. We are very irritated. We are very frustrated. We become very moody sometimes. All of a sudden, there is no such reason, just because of the karma. Karma is, you have to, whatever you have to, that's why you are suffering. Mentally you are suffering, physically you are suffering with the sicknesses, but mentally you are suffering with so much frustration, hatred, disappointed, and all these things come just because of the karmic debt. So the Ryo Samchu is the best practice, the effective practice to repay the karmic debt, repay, without, as I said, without, giving a piece of meat from your body, blood from your body. Otherwise, we have to do it. As I said, whatever we have been drinking, eating, if it has to go from your body, because the beings are, let's say, for example, if I have been eating a chicken, that chicken, I don't know how many chicken we eaten. I mean, we would say in this life might be not much, maybe we all are vegetarian now, but we never know, still we are eating. But then from the beginning, this is how many chicken we have been eating. So those chickens, they of course, we chop them up, and their spirit goes in the pardo, and they are waiting there, very, when we chop, when we kill the animal, the torture, the pain they go through, is they can't forget it. So they also, because of their bad karma, they can't even reborn. So they all become spirit, so they are waiting there, or then they want to harm us, just because they are not even taking care of, they are not even thinking of us, how come they eat an entire my body, and then they are looking, of course they are smart enough, it's not that, oh, let them eat chicken wouldn't say that I am selfish, I am selfless, oh, let them enjoy it. Definitely not. Of course, we as a human being, even we have a understanding of little bit of Buddha Dharma, still we can't do that. Then how can all these beings can do? They have so much of hatred, the suffering and pain when they go through, when we kill them, so they become spirit because of their bad karma. They are all waiting in the pardo, we say that's why they can't even find a form to reborn. So they all are waiting there. Then that's why we are getting sick, because they are waiting for us, our attention, something they will give us back or not. It's a very understandable, isn't it? Just think about it, logically think about it. If someone, for example, if someone, in our human realm, if someone, snatched all of your property, everything taken from you, and then, not even looking back at you, then how would you feel? You would definitely wouldn't let it go. You would go to court, and you would go to police, and whatnot we wouldn't do. How come I didn't do anything, and this person snatched all my property, all my money, all everything? How come? The same thing goes with all the animals. They have selfish, they are so ego, they have so much of ego and selfish and pain and all these things, so they are waiting there. That's why we are getting sick, and all this unpleasant, I don't know, ups and downs in our lives we have to go through, is just because of the karmic death. So Ryo Sancho is the effective practice to do. That's why we always recommend it to do, without, if we do from our depth of heart, by offering this little bit of smoke offering, and then of course from our depth of heart we have to dedicate to all this spirit, all these beings we have been torturing, who we have been really giving hard time. So instead of waiting until they eat our body, they drink our blood, they snatch they cut us into pieces and eat them. They would do that one day if we don't pay back the karma on time. So that Ryo Sancho that's why it's very effective, very good practice to do. It's very much recommended for all of us, not only practitioners. Practitioners, of course, it's more because we as nuns and monks, we live with, of course, depend on so many people offering, because they have a hope. When people die, they offer tons of money to the nuns and monks, so they would pray. So if we don't pray, again, same thing, they are waiting there. How come I offered, the person who died, I offered 1 leg money to this nunnery, and then they are not practicing it. They would feel so bad, So that's the thing. We have to be very careful. We as especially, and in your case also same thing. As I said, we are living with the karmic death. Of course, we always have guests. We always drink tea. We always, serve others. We give gifts. Externally it looks like beautiful things. When you are celebrating your birthday, you receive so many gifts. It's nothing, just the karmic death. One day you have to give back. So now later, if you, of course, in this life we do give back, but then one way or another, if you don't give it back in this life, next life, there is nothing is free in this life. Holiness always would say that nothing is free. So we have to be very careful with whatever we are doing in our life. So anyway, so that's the Ryo Sancho practice, by doing the burn substances, by having that. So we are giving to, mainly we say it's same thing as the Nolsang, as I said, we have to invite all these 4 guests, yeah, from Buddha, Bodhisattvas, all these deities, and then mainly we are dedicating to the spirit, I would say spirit, yeah, Lencha, we call it Lencha, who karmic death, who are always waiting for the karma to pay back. They are always expecting, those beings who are expecting something from us, those beings who are always waiting us to give back whatever we have taken from them. They are always waiting. There are thousands of countless of beings. So mainly Ryo Sancho, from the first guest, the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, and then second the Lenchak, Rituk Gidon, all this, the spirit and all this, we are mainly dedicating for them. Yeah. So Ryo Sancho, that's why we always recommend you to do the Ryo Sancho practice. So if we do properly Ryo Sancho, and then not only this life, you will go, your life will be going so smoothly. Whatever you would wish, it will become, fulfill all your wishes. And not only this life, but the next life. So when all this spirit, all these beings who are waiting for us, when they when we fulfill their wishes, then they would support us. Instead of harming us, they would support us in this life, and then life to comes, all the lives to come, they would always support us. That's why we always recommend you to do Ryo Sancho. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go through the practice of Ryo Sancho. Let's recite first, and then or maybe let's recite first. Too much of talking, no good again. So again, for Ryo Sancho, we can do 7-line prayers in the beginning, but today we just go, let's start from the begin by taking refuge. Yeah, let's do that together, and then I will come back and try to explain a little bit of every part. Yeah, with Damaru and bell, of course. It's a Terma practice, Dokchen practice. So Vajrayana practice, we always have Damaru and bell. Oh, yesterday I also forgot to say that, yeah. Vajra, Damaru and bell, and then, all these are Vajrayana. The Vajrayana, how do you say, instrument. We don't play such things in the Mahayana and Hinayana, Mahayana, you say, all this, you can see they have only something to knock, not like Vajra and bell, because Vajra and bell and Damaru always symbolizes the union, practice of union. Yeah, so these are all the Vajrayana instruments, so to speak, and we have to be always, have a respect to them. We cannot just, go above them and then, walk above them. We have to be very keeping it clean and on the always on your shrine, because these are the practice of union. Every little part, Vajra and bell, every little part symbolizes significant kind of, practice of the how do you say, union, actually. Yeah, Mahamudra, Dokpa Chempo, and all these things. Okay. Anyway, so let's do. Okay, refuge. Yeah. Mahang Kanyam Siji Yabuni Bejawatari Zini Pema Hatojins Yugur Nasi Gilwe Gilgor Zodugoya Sile Edalji Gasuji Kanyam Siji Yaguni Bejawatarizin Pemahatojins Yugurnasi Gilwe Gilgur Zodugun sile dilchi gyapsu chien kanyam siji gyabuni bejan charizin tema dojens yugurna zigilwe gingor zodugun sile dilchi Okay, development and Bodhicitta. Sanchosil Nishidilejidukundisam Tane Kutasam Tukidilelundu Nasingajina Gurjulvaresemki Edo Sanchosil Ishidilejidukundisam Tane Kutasam Tukidilelundu Nasingajina Same Gedo Sanchosi Ishidilejidukundisam Tane Kutas Tukidilelundu Nasingajina Kumbur Dulwara Same Gedo three times, yeah? And now same thing, the sequence is same in Nolsang also. First we have refuge, and then development and bodhicitta, and then 7 branch prayer. So here in Rio Sancho also same thing goes. Okay, let's do the 7 branch prayer together. Shiri ma chung me cha ji ing ta de o se da Kurwa nyang de nyam ni long de sha lo de chu se jin bo ji nun du do pa chin pu shi gur gur kurwa to me du pa su wa kur sum mi ka de pa Okay, now the self-visualization, same in Nolsang also, now the sequence is same. Gada shugui ga me tsu Pema tu chingar mar jun su ji Sempe zibar dur se du tanam Jeji genta cha che yo su jo Kami me ge kundi pisu Korde kundi So here in Rosary, we don't have the invocation or the invitation. Normally we do invitation here, which is the 7-line prayer. We can do now. I don't know what page we have in Rosary, or maybe you have
239.
139. Okay.
239.
239. Okay, let's go to that, and then there is the invocation. Yeah, so after self-visualization, we have to invite in Nolsang Sem, we have to invite the Guru Rinpoche from the spaciousness, from the Zangdok Pelri. So there's the invocation we have to do. So let's go to that page, and then we can do together. Yeah? 239. Yeah, you all have it. Okay, so then we do invocation with Damaru and bell. You all have it. Yeah, 7-line prayer. I think many of you know by your heart, so you can do it together. Okay, let's do. Okay, then normally we do, I think, now we have in Nolsang, the entire part, in the beginning of Nolsang, after the Guru Pema Siddhyam, then the Nechok Diru, I will anyway tomorrow or next time I can mention. So let's now, Ummahu Benza Guru Pema Siddhyam. So that's the recitation. So while you are doing the recitation, you know, with the no disturbance, no distraction, you know, yourself visualizing Guru Padma Sambhava, and then invitation, invocation, Guru Rinpoche comes from the spaciousness and become inseparable from you, and then we do Om Banza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Okay, let's do a little bit of Om Banza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum, then we can go through the explanation. Om Banza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum, 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 Om Banza Guru Mahum Benzaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi. Mahum Benzaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi. Ahum Benzaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi. Mahum Benzaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri. Mahum Benzaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri Bemasidi, Mom and Zaguri. Mahum Benzer Guru Padma Siddhi Om Om the Guru Pema Siddhi Om Om the Guru Pema Siddhi Om Mahum Benzer Guru Pema Siddhi Om the Guru Pema Mahu Benzaguri Masidi Home, and the Guri Masidi Home, and the Guri Masidi Home. Mahu Benzaguri Masidi Home, and the Guri Masidi Home, and the Guri Masidi Home, and the Guri Mahum Benzaguri Masidi Home, and the Guri 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 Mahum Benzaguri Masidi Home, Mahum Benzaguri Masidi Home, and the Guri Masidi Home, and the Mahum Benzaguri Masidi Home, Mahum Benzaguri Masidi Home, and the Guri Masidi Home, Mahum Benzaguri Masidi Home, Mahum Benzaguri Masidi Home. Mahum Benzaguri Masidi Home. Okay, so now yeah, go to the refuge back. We can just go through the explanation. I mean, it's very well translated, so I think I don't have to go through them again, from so essence of anyway, the essence of refuge, as I always say, the renunciation. Yeah, we have to have renunciation. Yeah, page number 65 or whatever, the Ryosangchu page number from this rosary is 65 or 67. So essence of the taking refuge is, we have to have sense of renunciation, and then the same thing, essence of the refuge is same thing as I mentioned in whatever mentioned in the Nolsang. It goes the same. There is no different, it's not like Nolsang refuge is different and then Ryosang refuge is different. But of course the recitation, whatever the verses are different. For example, in here it says Ahung, the vital essence of all sources of refuge in samsara and nirvana, as vast as the space, powerful and wrathful vidyadhara padma thotengsal. Yeah, so as it says here, Khanyam Sijike Punyingweju, the vital essence of all sources of refuge in samsara and nirvana, everything, all the source of all the refuge, as vast as the space, Khanyam Sijike Punyingweju, every the refuge of all source is who is the all source of the refuge. So powerful and wrathful Vidyadhara Padma Thotengsal. So Guru Padma Sambhava is the refuge of all sources, samsara, nirvana, everything. The main source of the refuge is the Guru Padma Sambhava. Guru Padma Sambhava can protect us from all the sufferings, everything, the other refuges, temporary refuges I mentioned the other day. For example, when we get sick, we go to doctor, of course doctor is a temporary refuge. Of course he also give us medicine and we temporarily we get better. Okay, I forgot to say that when we say, when we get sick, when we get sick, normally we say, oh, this cause, for example, today I have eaten something wrong, this food poison, this is my food poison, or something, I have eaten something wrong, that's why I get sick, I didn't sleep, that's why I get headache, I have been eating lots of oily things, that's why now I feel dizzy and I vomit. These are the external cause. If you don't have the karma, then you would never get sick. When we are getting sick, many of us tend to say that, oh, this caused me, because I haven't been keeping warm clothing, that's why now I get my stomach is bloated, but no, it's not. If you don't have karma, you would never get sick. For example, there are so many beings like the beggars under the street, under bridge, in places like India and Nepal, there are so many beggars. They have no clothes to wear, they are always barefoot, but they never get sick. If otherwise, if we, people like us, we have to always wear thick clothes, always wear very warm clothing in the winter, and then so many things, all this, yet still we get sick. If the external circumstances are getting us sick, then how come all this, so many people have no shoes to wear, they are always barefoot, they are not getting sick, they have no protein food to eat, but they never get sick. We have been always eating protein, nutritious, whatnot, still we get sick because of the karma. These are external causes are there, but on the top of that, if you don't have a karma to get sick, you would never get sick. That's why it's kind of, logically think about the beings, that there are so many beggars and all these poor beings. They have no socks to wear, even in the, so cold, in freezing cold, they have a very thin layer of clothing to wear, but they never get sick, because they have no karma to get sick. We are like, forget about it. Whatever, we are being so careful, yet we get sick because we have karma to get sick, So, and it's not only external things that is getting us sick. It's because of ghibli, or, and how do you say, we have a karma to pay back. That's why we are getting sick. So that one, anyway, I forgot to mention. So here what I'm saying is, for example, when we get sick, temporary refuges, of course we are doctor, but that is not that we, all our emotions and all this poison, your doctor will not purify all your poison of desire, anger, and the ignorant. Who will purify, and who will protect you from totally liberate from the all kind of suffering with the Guru Padma Sambhava. So that's why here we are saying the vital essence of all sources of refuge in samsara and nirvana, as vast as the space, powerful and wrathful Vidyadhara. So Guru Rinpoche is in a form of powerful, or in the wrathful form sometimes. So Pema Thoteng Sal. So he is the ultimate refuge. Yeah, it's not a temporary refuge, it's the ultimate refuge. Kyukur Nasi Gerikil Gurdo. The worldly phenomena are complete in your form as the mandala of victorious ones. So here again it says, the worldly phenomena, everything, all the phenomena in this universe are complete in your form. It means, all the Buddhas are complete in your form. All the Dharmas are complete in your form. All these different deities, different, I don't know, Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya, so many different forms are complete in your form. That's why it says mandala of victorious one. All the Buddhas are inseparable from you. That's what we are referring to. So, I take refuge in you to liberate all beings from conditioned existence. Yeah. Why I'm taking refuge? I take refuge in you. The reason I take refuge in you, to liberate all beings from conditioned existence. Yeah, we are living with condition. That's why we are full of sufferings. We have so many problems. So we take refuge in you to liberate us from this, conditioned existence, means the samsara. Yeah. So that's the refuge. Anyway, it's very well translated. So we do 3 times that one, and then go to the development of Bodhicitta now. Within the ground of being, the sphere of utter lucidity, the supreme secret of timeless awareness, the 3 obscurations of all beings are purified within the realm of the 4 visions. Yeah. So within the ground of being, these are quite very high terminology. Sometimes it's quite difficult to understand. I think you guys are okay, but for me it's quite difficult. The simple are better for me. Anyway, within the ground of being, the sphere of utter lucidity, so Sancho the supreme secret of timeless awareness. So that is the main thing, Yishe, when we say Yishe, or the wisdom. So that is the supreme secret of the timeless awareness. Yeah, awareness, Yishe, the wisdom. Dragons and Tipsum Dane Kusung Kutansung. The 3 obscuration of all beings. We all have the 3 obscurations are purified within the realm of the 4 visions. Yeah. So we are all the defilements, or all the obscuration get purified, and then we and all sentient beings may, we may become the 3 kayas. Kusung Tuk, Kusung Tuk, we can say Kusung Tuk means the 3 kayas here. Tuki Tigle Hundrub Nanjing, Kutansung Ada, Kutansung Tuki Tigle Hundrub Nanjiga, spontaneously present as the sphere of enlightened form, speech and mind. I arouse the motivation to gain freedom in the youthful vast body. So here we are, youthful vast body is the Dzogchen, terminology of the getting enlightenment, because it call it, the youthful vast body. So that is the, we can say Dharmakaya, Dharmakaya body. But it's a different term anyway, just different term. So it's the same thing. I generate bodhicitta for me and all sentient beings to get, purified from all the obscuration, and then we may all become the youthful vast body. Yeah, so that is the Dzogchen enlightenment, different term, but anyway, enlightenment is the one. So there's the development of bodhicitta. And then now 7 branch prayer. I pay homage to fundamentally unconditioned awareness, uncontrived and genuine. So, paying homage to who? Not something external there as a god, something external there as a deity, something different from you. No, we are paying homage to your your nature of your own mind. So here says Rik. So Rik is the awareness, you are within yourself, nature of your own mind. So that is the Buddha, that is the enlightenment. So I pay homage to fundamentally unconditioned awareness. So that is your own mind, within, how do you say, your primordial mind, uncontrived and genuine. I present the offering of utter lucidity, free of finite depth or limit. So so offerings are, again, when we do offerings here, that's why I said the entire Geosantra practice is relating to the Dzogchen. So when we say Dzogchen, so Dzogchen and Chakchen, Mahamudra and Dzogchen, there is no concept, beyond concept. So everything is referring to the beyond concept, So offering is also without any condition. I present the offerings of utter lucidity, free of finite depth or limit, so there is no limit, no depth. It's like spaciousness, which comes from the emptiness, with which the offering comes from the shunyata, So when the offering comes from the shunyata, so there is no concept, no, how do you say, clinging attitude of anything. So that's the ultimate offering we are referring to. And then the third one, so yeah, homage, paying homage, and then offerings. And the third one is I confess within the expanse of the equalness of samsara and nirvana. So nirvana and samsara is equal, when it comes to ultimate understanding. For us now, it's a different, we have samsara, and then there is something to liberate. So that is the nirvana. So that appear as soon as we have the concept, we have the dualistic concept, then we have samsara as a very difficult, how do you say, something very bad about it, and then nirvana is something divine. So when it comes to the Dzogchen practice, the samsara and nirvana is equal. As I said, I confess within the expanse of the equalness of samsara and nirvana. And then the rejoicing, the fourth branch. Lodel, I rejoice in supreme resolution of phenomena in their true nature, beyond ordinary consciousness. See, here he says beyond. Everything is beyond, I rejoice in supreme resolution of phenomena in the true nature. So true nature is beyond, beyond thought, beyond whatever, beyond everything, no concept. So beyond ordinary consciousness. So the fifth one is I invoke the turning of the wheel of teaching concerning great perfection, spontaneous presence. So Dzogpa Chenpo the turning of wheel of Jokpa Chimpo is, which is not something we created. It's a nundup. So that's why we say it's a spontaneous present. Yeah, again, it's a beyond. It goes beyond our concept. And then Korwa Dongnetu Parsoladu. I pray for the pit of cycle existence to be dragged from its depth, So here it says the Korwa Dongnetu Par, entire beings, this samsara, entire samsara would, become, how do you say, nirvana. Everything, every beings in this samsara, I may, liberate that from to the nirvana. Again, here again, it has to go back to the same thing. It's beyond, again, beyond our concept. So I dedicate virtue to the utmost extent, free of rigid concept about the 3 points of reference. So these are the 3 points of reference, means no concept, For example, when we say 3 points of reference, for example, when we do generosity practice, we have a concept of I exist, and that the thing I'm giving to the person that exists, and the things of the object that exists. So these 3 become very solid, So without I doesn't exist, and the things I'm giving also doesn't exist. It's empty, and the person who I'm giving to is also doesn't exist. So if we practice that, then only then it becomes beyond conceptual. Yeah. So that is the dedication from the 7 branch. Anyway, you can go through it. These are all referring to the Dzogchen practice. And then now the self-visualization here. The ceaseless dynamic energy of mind arises from the original purity, the basic space of Dharmakaya. Yeah. So when we have the visualization of Guru Padma Sambhava, it's the kind of, how do you say, light of the Dharmakaya. It's, of course, it's coming from the Dharmakaya, the Sambhoga Kaya form, or the Nirmana Kaya of the Guru Padma Sambhava. The form which we visualize is the light of Dharmakaya. It's inseparable from Dharmakaya. That's why it says here, the ceaseless dynamic energy of the mind arises from the original purity. Yeah. Kada chuki ingle gametzel. Original purity means kada, so which is primordially pure, which is primordially Buddha, which is primordially lucidity or whatever. Yeah. So the basic space of Dharmakaya, the Nirmanakaya form comes from the Dharmakaya. It's just the light of the Dharmakaya. So basic space of Dharmakaya, it says here. So when we visualize, of course, it's there. Appearance is there. Yourself as a Guru Padma Sambhava, you appear as a Guru Padma Sambhava, which again, that's why I'm saying it is the light of the Dharmakaya, means Dharmakaya has no concept beyond, Dharmakaya is beyond speech, beyond explanation, beyond expression, that's why it's a Dharmakaya. So Nirmanakaya is the light of the Dharmakaya. So Pema Thoteng Karma Gentle is the appearance is as Padma Thoteng, white with reddish tinge, we say tinge, youthful and handsome. Of course, when we do visualization, very important, always, whatever, Guru Padma Sambhava, be it the Vajra Yogini, youthful and handsome and, good looking is very important. We shouldn't be visualizing Guru Padma Sambhava as a very old man, or maybe a small baby boy, we shouldn't be visualizing that. We always refer to the 16 years old. That is the, the full of energy, full of everything, there is nothing is kind of a decaying. Yeah. So that's why we say here, Padma Thoteng, white with the reddish tinge, youthful and handsome. We have to visualize Guru Padma Sambhava like that. And then Tsempe Zipar Durje Thopanam, radiating the splendor of major and minor marks of perfection, bearing a Vajra and skull cup. It's same with the Nolsang. We went through all the visualization. It's the same. So how Guru Rinpoche sit, and then what objects Guru Rinpoche is holding, and then Zeji Genda Chache Yongsujo, perfect and complete in all his beauty, charisma, adornments, and attributes, the head, and then the skull cap, and the vase, and the katanga, and what kind of robes Guru Rinpoche is wearing. All this we have to visualize clearly here. All victorious ones unite in his form, the union of aspects of commitment and pristine awareness. Yeah. So when we visualize yourself Guru Padma Sambhava, and then you are both, the wisdom deity and the Samaya deity. Yourself visualizing is the wisdom deity, and then the Guru Rinpoche we invited from this space is the Samaya deity, and then you become inseparable. So here Tamiya, it doesn't say it in the English, but it's very clearly said in the Tibetan verses. All the victorious ones unite in his form, the union of the aspect of commitment and pristine awareness. Yeah. And then the supreme universal glory of samsara and nirvana. So that's the self-visualization, and then we do the invocation, 7-line prayer, and then we do Om Guru Padma Sambhava with the visualization, very vivid visualization. And then while you are reciting it, you can again, visualize from every step, from the leg to the head, Guru Padma Sambhava, how he sit, how he looks, all these different objects he are holding, all the ornaments he is wearing, so we can visualize that. But without concept again, Guru Padma Sambhava, not something, made out of clay or wooden or gold or diamond, nothing. It's a kind of a reflection in the mirror, as I mentioned yesterday, the same thing. Yeah. So that goes, and then after that is the burnt substances come. So whatever we have, if you have prepared something, we always have to little bit of whatever, the circumstances, I don't know, little or big or whatever according to your choice and according to your offering, you can prepare burnt substances. And then now here that it's a cleansing. It says that then cleanse and purify the substance with the burnt offering with ram yam kam. Yeah. And then tombengale, and then from a state of emptiness, the substances from the burnt offering appear as the inexhaustible nectar of pristine awareness, as masses of clouds of all kinds of sensory pleasure blowing forth to fill space. Yeah. So that's the the substances. It becomes, when we say rang yang kang, rang will burn all the contaminations or whatever the impure things. Rang will burn, and then yang will, the washes away, and then kang will clean, wash. So these are the three seed syllable of fire, wind, and then water. Yeah. So ram yam kam. So these three cleanse and washes away, and I don't know how to say it, cleanse everything. So this is the cleansing part. Anyway, I don't want to go through all the detail. It's very well translated here. And then after that, Om Subbhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Subbhava Shuddha. So from here is the same thing we have in the Nolsang. Yeah. All these the different Buddhas, like 6 mudras. 6 mudras with 6, as I taught in the Nolsang, is the same thing. It goes here same. So Om Subbhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Subbhava Shuddhoham. So here also there is a little bit of explanation written down here. All the defilements and purified and transformed into emptiness. And then repeat the 3 syllable Om Ahung and the mantra of the treasury of space 3 times, each to consecrate the substance. Yeah, we say cleanse or consecrate the substances. Yeah. So that is the Om Subbhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma, Om Namah Sarva Tathagata. All these are the same thing. Anyway, I don't want to go through all these things. And then offerings, meetings, the desire of everyone filled with the space. And then the water is transformed into nectar, pacifying the sufferings. And then next one is the cloud of offerings become inexhaustible. the areas are pleased with and the guests are satisfied, and then they're happy to engage in beneficial activities. Yeah, you all got it? I'm just going through all this. Anyway, these are the translation of all these different mudras. Yeah, so it's the same thing. We can do. Let's go through, read it together, and then we can do the mudras together. Okay. Now, Rang Yang Kang. Yeah, from Rang Yang Kang. Okay. Rang Yang Kang. Dong Beng Le Sang Zhe Zak Ba Me Yi Shi Ji Du Zi Du Yun Ge Zui Jin Pong Kai Kyab Du Cho Ar Guru. So from here we can do mudra now. Subhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Subhava Shuddho Ham. Okay, so here we have something to read also. Matak Tima Jangte Tongbar Gyur Om Ahum Nama Sarva Tatha Gata Bayo Vishmukhe Sarva Thekang Ugate Saparana Imang Gagan Kang Soham. So the mudra is same. So here, so yitun jure kakya gyur. Om benzer amir da gundale hana hum.
That's it, darling. It's okay, you'll do it. Mimi.
What's that? Dunge here. Dunge jije duji getur gyur. Nama sarva tatha gata avalukite sambara hum. Chujin long zimi shebar Om Gyana avalukite nama samanta saparana jasmimba samaya mahamani duru shidaya zolani hum Pagnam Gising Junam Simbargu Nama Samantam Buddhanam Traheshuri Trabhagyate Mahasamaya Soha Pende Chile Drubla Gepargu. Okay, so these are the actually mainly burned substances, consecration of the burned substances, or the cleansing or purifying of the burned substances with different mudras. So from here now, let's go through. Okay, let's do practice together one time, and then maybe later we can do 2 times if the time allows, and then I will go through a little bit of explanation. Mainly here, the main thing I don't want to go anyway. We can just go through it and then see. Yeah. Okay, let's do together from here. Drum Rinchen. Okay. You all have it, yeah? 69. Just from continuing from where we after the mudras. La pena si je pido guti body la mahi dam dai chu so da chu sigil vigil khor jinge da damle ji da ri ju len cha de ke preda gi che chu so gu ji ne tom par je tom be Jumbo da milam da singing da binging Bege marun church da bodan zedane tanur gilen chachin Dev da new dev hoshin Moshin da de utirando sin demo Namalen chamar bemela Jalde se rarai lagango दूध बेचर जिसे नम खाने की पारंगी दूध पे अंतिम से पावे बाहर दागे दुस्म सापे दीजिव दागों जो देशन कोरला चे बाहनम जिनसे में जुदी तागु जे में चिना सी गावे दूल रे Kunzan should be Jin Pung, me ze by Gary Jin Kamyon like a beauty. Meji Shioni, Chujin the return and mini so yaguni. Come some Gurwa Jal, Jukun Jajuni, boys. So here, let me first give you the little bit of, I think this is more important. Ahung has so many things to visualize, or how do you say, to understand. So I think this is the main thing I wanted to talk today, as Holiness has been also teaching us in one of the one time. So so this is Ahung when we recite Ahung. So this is the main thing, I think, while you are reciting, and the rest we have, of course, we have all this explanation written there. We can go through it one time. So when we do Ahung, so there are three different how do you say, we can say visualization, yeah, three different thing to think about while you are reciting Ahung. So the first thing is what Ahung does. The first thing is, let me divide it into three. So the first is for the purification, yeah. Letter Ahung is, it purifies, it's for purification. And then second is, we can say, giving or the offering. So second is giving or offering. And then third one is what do you call this, the cleansing, or the consecration. We can say consecration, or for the cleansing. So cleansing we have done more or less while you are doing all these different mudras, but at the same time also when we do Ahung, purifies, purifies in the same, not purifies, yeah, cleanse, yeah, we same anyway, purifies or cleansing. Would clean or purify all the impurity, or whatever substances we have. Let me go through one by one. Okay, the first one is for cleansing, okay, and then second one is purifying, and then third one is what do you call this, offering or giving, yeah. So there are three different visualizations. So the first one is for cleansing. So cleanse, when we say Ahung, will cleanse all the impurity, all these defilements, all this negativity, all this, I don't know, whatever, with the substances or with the offerings. So will cleanse everything, and then will multiplies, as vast as the sky, multiplies as mountain, as big as the mountain. So will always multiplies, it becomes so grand, abundance of offering. So will multiplies, and then Hung will make it different forms of offerings. For example, the five, what do you call this, five sensory, we say five senses, yeah. Like, what do you call this, yeah, the form, the form, smell, we say zugda, yeah, zugda, not smell, not yeah, we can say form means all the beautiful forms, in forms everything comes, all the offerings, the flowers, and then food, music, water, incense, perfume, all this comes in the form. And then, the smell, all this fragrance, all this good fragrance comes in the smell. And then, what do you call this? Sound, all this melodious sound, all this good sound come in the sound. So all these comes in the, when we say hung will do this in hung, how do you say, responsibility, or the letter hung would, make all these different offerings, like the form, smell, taste, good taste, and everything. So anyway, so these are the hung will do that. Will purify, will multiplies, and hung will, make the different forms of offerings. So everything comes, the buildings, the how do you say, gardens, and then aeroplanes, car, bags, clothing, everything comes in the form. So we have to offer everything, whatever we would like, all these perfumes, food, cars, aeroplane, as I said, whatever, clothing, supermarket, everything comes in the form. So hung will, makes all these different offerings. So that is the, while you are reciting ahung, that one of the things we have to remember. We have to visualize, we can say remember or visualize, without any distraction. And then the second thing is, when we say ahung, and of course, again, I forgot to say that represents the nirman, what do you call this? Ku. Yeah, represents the nirmana kaya, body, speech, and mind. So represents ku, means body. So your guru, how do you say, the Buddhas, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas body, or your guru body will, how do you say, bless, body, your guru, nirmana kaya, blessings comes, when we say nirmana kaya, blessings comes and bless all the substances. And then when we say samboka kaya, bless all the substances. And we say hung, then the dharmakaya, dharmakaya, bless all the substances, all the burnt substances. So these are the things we have to remember when we say reciting ahung. So this the bless or the cleanse or the purifies all the substances. That is one thing. And then second thing now is the when we say ahung, second thing is the purification, is the purify ourselves. When we say then we, when we say ahung, when we recite so the letter, from letter the, the, how do you say, nectar comes, white color nectar comes, and then that purifies our body defilement. That is another set of visualization. So purification visualization. So when we recite ahung, from letter the white nectar comes, and then it purifies our body defilements. So body defilements means, whatever the body, the, activities with the body, harmful deeds of our body, like killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, all these we have been doing for lifetimes, from beginningless until today. So all these body defilements purifies by letter we have to visualize, from letter the white nectar comes and it purifies entire my body defilements. And then when we say letter, from letter the nectar comes, it's of course white nectar, but with little bit of reddish, it kind of a pinkish, pinkish letter, because letter ahung, letter is always white and is red, and then hung is blue normally, all these three color. So when we recite letter so from letter the white and reddish nectar comes, and then it purifies speech defilements. Yeah, there's the purification part. So speech defilements. So whatever we have been accumulated from, you know, bad accumulation from our speech, you know, saying harsh words, abusing others, you know, gossiping, lying, you know, doing slander, we have been doing for lifetimes. So in order to purify that, we are reciting letter A, A. So from letter A, the, you know, nectar, kind of a pinkish nectar comes, and it purifies our speech defilements. And then from letter Hung, when we say Ah Hung, Ah Hung, so, you know, while you're reciting it, we have to visualize it. And from letter Hung, of course, white and the blue, and then blue kind of, you know, more blue color nectar comes, and then it purifies your mind defilements. Of course, mind defilements is, you know, we are full of mind defilements, all this nonsense thought, all this afflictive emotion, all this hatred, disappointment, irritated, frustration, whatever, all these things with our mind. So that, you know, letter Hung, nectar blue comes from the letter Hung, and then it purifies your mind defilements. Yeah, so that is the second set of the purification part we have to visualize while you are reciting Ah Hung. And then the third one is yeah, third one, as I said, the third set of visualization is giving, or what do you call this, giving or offerings, we say. Yeah, so when we recite letter so giving or offering, in the sense that, you know, there is nothing to the best giving is giving your ego, you know, giving the how do you say, selfish attitude, you know, you know, that's why we say practice also, we give our body in order to, you know, have less attachment to our body. We give our body, you know, our consciousness become Vajra Yogini, and our body become our corpse, and we cut into pieces and becomes a great offerings, and we do Jyo practice. So same thing here, when we do Jyo Sangchu, as I said, this is the best way to repay the karmic debt. So our body, we are giving our body. When we say you know, letter Ah Hung, when we say let go of our attachment of to our body. You know, let go means give up, give our body, you know, offer our body, let go of the attachment to your body. We are so attached to this very body now, you know, as per now we think that my body so beautiful, so good looking, so fit, you know, so we are so attached to this body. That's why we have so, you know, therefore, because of the attachment, then it gives us painful, you know. So when we recite letter Ah Hung, when we say let go of the attachment of your body, and we say with Ah, you know, let go the, how do you say, yeah, let go the attachment of your speech, you know, speech. We are very attached to your speech, you know. For example, speech in the sense, yeah, we can say, refer to when we talk. If you are a good sweet talker, you know, we have, I can speak very well, we have attachment to that. Or maybe when we say speech, if you have a good voice, you know, we are so arrogant because I have a beautiful voice, you know. So there is an attachment, you are attaching to your speech. So let go of that, you know, while you are reciting letter Ah. Let go, or maybe give up, or how do you say, offer your speech to all the Buddha Dharma, you know, Buddha and Sangha, all the spirit, and I don't know, whoever really wish for that, you know, give that. It's an offering. Yeah, let go of our speech. And then when we recite letter Hung, let go of our mind, you know, our mind, in the sense the main ego, we say I, you know, our mind says that, you know, I exist, you know, I am so important, I am the most important in this universe, I need that, I want happiness, I don't want suffering, I, you know, that is the biggest Mara to bring pain and sufferings in this universe and to us, so let go. When we recite letter hung, let go of the I, or let go of our attachment to our mind. So these are the very important thing. Why, it's so many things to kind of concentrate on while you are reciting letter Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung. So mainly, if you have time, it's very important to recite Om Ahung as much as possible, because Om is the, as I said, your guru's body, I is your guru's speech, and then Hung is your guru's mind. You are reciting it. It has so many Om Ahung has every teachings, 84,000 the volumes of teachings concise in letter Om Ahung. It can be anything, so it's a very profound word, very profound syllable. So we have in every the mantras we can find letter Om Ahung. Yeah, so here now you remember, I kind of point out 3 important things. I hope you understand, because I really apologize. The way I explain is very messy, very difficult to understand, but I hope you can get a little bit of, so the purification, one is purification, one is offering, and then one is cleansing. Yeah, purification is your body, speech, and mind. We are purifying. Cleansing, or the, how do you say, purifies, is the burnt substances which we have, and then let go of the, it's a giving, or the best giving is your body. In the external things, the things which we don't want, of course we always give, and we I mean, practitioners like us, we can give when the things we give is like, I don't want this, and that's why we give, So our body we cannot give, because our body is the most precious one. So here in Geo Sanskrit, we have to give our body. In Geo practice, we have to give our body, because then we will become less attached to our body. So as far as you become less attached to your body, speech, and mind, you become happier. You will become happier spontaneously. Now we are not happy because we have so much attachment to your body, speech, and mind. You are so ego, we are so egocentric, and we are so selfish. So selfishness only becomes, brings sufferings, selfish will never bring you happiness at all. So that's why this is the great method anyway. So Om Ahung, while you are reciting Om Ahung, these are the things you can remember. And then, I hope it's quite little bit of understandable for all of you. And then, and one thing I want to say is, like, I don't know how you all recite. Many of you seems to be reciting Om Ahum. It's not hum, it's hung. Yeah, it's hung. Yeah, hung. Your mouth shouldn't be, closing. Many of Westerner, the Sangha seems to be, let's say, hum. And then it has to be very, because these 3 letters, these 3 syllables are so profound, so, how do you say, important syllable. You have to recite it very, pronounce it very properly, and recite it very clearly. We can say ma, like that. Sometimes we become say oh ma, because you are not concentrating, or you are not meditating, because you are distracted, your mind is distracted, so you say oh ma, like that, then it's we do same thing, in our case also same thing. When we get distracted, we say, of course we have to recite om, then you are not even saying om hung properly, you are saying om, like that, ma, become like a ma, so we have to say om hung. It's a om I think in your case is perfectly you are pronouncing, but hung I have a doubt. Many of you seems to saying hum. It's not hum, okay? It's hung. I have to check every one of you maybe after the session. Hung, it's a hung. Yeah, hung, hung. So while you are reciting it, don't be fast, don't be fast to count, counting is not important. It has to be properly done. with the good pronunciation. So ah hung, ah hung, ah hung, ah hung. So you have to recite like that, and with all the visualization, ah hung. Purification from letter the nectar comes, and all these things, simultaneously you have to do. So ah hung, ah hung, ah hung, ah hung. Very important. If we don't pronounce properly, and if we don't say clearly, and many people, I don't know in you guys, but in our case also same thing. Some people tend to say very kind of, I don't know, whispering, like we cannot hear, then I don't know how, we never know how you are pronouncing inside, it has to be clear, loudly, not loud like oh ma hong like that, of course you can hear by your ear, ah hong, very important. This has to be pronounced very well, and then clearly, not like three are like mixed together, not like that. Ah hung, ah hung, ah hung, ah hung. Every syllable should be pronouncing well. Yeah. So this is very important. One thing we always have to keep in our mind. And then, it's already time just flies. Oh my God, almost 8 o'clock. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Then I thought of going through these, but then anyway, we can do in next session. So now let's do, we did one, yeah, we did one already. I don't think we can finish. I want to go through this part, at least the Dumrinchen Natok, the main Rio Sanchuk. I want to go through the explanation, but I think today we can't finish anyway. Doesn't matter. We are not in hurry. It's not important to finish today. Maybe in next session we can finish that, and then we can start Mondo. Yeah. So I think that's about it for today. Now let's do one together. Yeah, we all recite the Rio Sangchi one more, and then we dedicate. Yeah, the last part is the same as Nolsang, so next time also we don't have to go through it again. Yeah. So now let's do together one more. This one is, we call it Dum Rinchen. Yeah. So the main Rio Sangchi is from the page number 69. Main in the sense we repeat this time. We repeat sometimes 3 times, mainly 3 times, and then sometime of course 100 times. All day we have to recite. We have to accumulate this Rio Sangchi, this part. So let's do together. 69, yeah, page number 69. Do with Damaru and bell play, and then we do. Jitesi pedo gudam jiji dusmi jidu jilade nasi chupedo gujibadi yamaidam dagi chusunda chotrigil vigil kurjinida zamni jidari dulin chadun kepradagi se jo suguji ne tombar chidu be jumbuta nilam da tsin da de Dege marun chul da puta Zetane danur gilen chajin Didanyu dibo shin moshin da Jiutirandro sin dimonam Len chamar pe mela jaldi se Rai lagango dudvij Chisinam kane ki barngi du Dutve until se paame garam Dagidusum Sabe Dida Kuncho Deshin Borla Jebana Jinse Mechudi Dayuji Mechina Sika Wedujeli Kunza Shepedin Bumi Seba Delvejin Kamyon La Kyaguji Mejeje Oni Jujize Rijunan Mene Zoyaguni Kamsum Korwa Jahalu Otudor Jukun Janjuni Bon Sange Shwo Ahum 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 Kusumida Panugi, She Suchano Jusumina, Sizuguna, Duche Jueja, Pernagan Korayan Dizami, Duji, Tome Dunedada, Inchi Dunasi Dundu Yerbayola. Salam Jibiyon, Tarchin Tagum Jipi Barchi Dunsene, Ejugun Zantugi, Kai Sujinugum Crudences in Barshu, Kurvega Suchin, Tombe Traumini Bema Javar Sangya Hashu. Kungam se jada zijit baragar merjang sim se de domber tongin yin je se chuyin gana sidur de dor je onin je ridunal min Neze bungun gilen chodam je changyur ji Tata yulamine tolo shama undi pikur lor ma yurji Sotar jang simrikwa zin pa yedum chila pasang adam siri Sordang ma tsurinyamba tolo shane dundip dami tsanda yurji Nemotsun yekalpa shigirje tami uso esun mado Chazela madenjen parchido poyunje mishi pedengendo Salugel boso de bado jikpa shimpuge ta chujudo Daja karne chami shi bado tamsi goi do ne bado Okay, we do one more. Repeat from page number 69. Okay. Drama rinjen na do tame no ya su ji de si be do gu tam si ze dusmi she gu ji jin la be na si she be do gu Lamai dam da ge ju so da so tri gel we ge kur chi da Zamne Jidari Chulin Chadra Gebrada Neton Barje Zumbe Jumpuda Milam da Sinida Dingiri Digi Maron Shutul da Buddha Zedane Tanjiri Jidanyu Jibushin Mushinda Jiu Dirandu Sindimonam Lencha Marbe Mila Jalsi Rara Illa Pandu Nam Kani Ki Bani Du Siyan Desi Pami Paramo Dagi Dusum Sabe Didi Tahan Kunto Deshin Gula Shivan Jise Me Shudi Dagi Me China Zikawi Kushiri Kunza Chupe Jinpami Seba Giri Shinkam Yula Giri So normally we do like 100 times. So in that case, if you are doing 100 times, then you have to divide it. So maybe, yeah, divide it in the sense, if you are doing 100 times, and then if you just focusing on purification and then the offerings, the body, speech and mind offering, then you can do 50-50, and then the cleansing part you can already done it. And also if you would like to do all the three visualization in Om Mahung, then you have to do like 30 of them, yeah, 30, and then 100 times you have to divide it, and then Ahum while you're doing it, and then keep an eye on the counting. I don't know if it helps, if you feel better with the divide it. If not, then whatever you feel like, maybe if you are doing the this Dum Rinchen of 3 times, repeating 3 times, and then in the first Om Ahum, how much you are reciting, you can focus on the cleansing, and then second time you can focus on purification, and then third time you can focus on the offerings, the giving, yeah. So you can do that always. It's a whatever according to your wish and according to your feel, which you feel comfortable with, you can always do that. So Om Mahung is, normally we do like 100 times or 300 times or 100,000 times, we do Ryo Sangju very often, very often we do it. And then sometimes we have to do 100,000 times, Ryo Sangju. And then of course Om Mahung goes million times, So focusly, when we do Ryo Sangju repeating, so main focus is Om Ahung, because this is the main thing, visualization and everything comes with Om Ahung. So we do millions of times of Om Ahung, accumulating Om Ahung, Om Ahung. Yeah, so that's the thing. Anyway, so now let's do the rest. Kusumda panu ki jesu shilong julsumna si zupunam diteju jawe panaga kurwa nyamde zame Omedune da enjedu nasi jundur bayang lang salam jebe tin parsinji tagum jebe parsi Mejung gunzang tu yi kain su junu bumburden si zin barshu Riga su jin bu tong bedar omin pe ma jawar sang Kung kam si si chao dang zi ji bar kar mar chang sim se zi di song bar yin yin ji se zi shen ga nang si kul dur ji un Hundru zuk sang gi gi se se bu gi len cha dam je jang yu ji ta yu la mi ni chun lo sha ma di kur lur ma Sotar jang sim ri pa zin pa yi dom che la pa sa ma adam siri Sota ma zur nyam pa dun lo sha ne dun di ta mi sa Ni mu sun gi kal pa ji gyur ji Ta mi u su we sun ma do Chu ze la ma den jin ne par she do Bu yul ja mi shi bin den Salugel poso dut bado jik pachin poge ta chuchudo dacha karne chami shibado tamsi go itu to bado Okay, so today we just do 3 times and then now continue the next is dedication or whatever we could say. As I said here, Samaya when continuing expression. And then yeah, is a conclusion, yeah. So this is same as the Nolsang. We put this part in Nolsang as a conclusion. So let's just read together. Or maybe we read in English. I think good to read in English the conclusion part. Yeah, you all have it. Page number 73, Rosary here. May the victorious ones be delighted with these offerings. May the sacred bond be fulfilled with oath-bound guardians. May beings of these 6 classes be satisfied in their desires. May karmic death be settled and malice appeased. May the 2 accumulations be totally and completely perfected. May the two accumulations and their habitual patterns be purified. May we attain the 2 sacred kayas. Though the power of this vast generosity, may I awaken to self-arising Buddhahood for the sake of beings. May the host of beings who have not been liberated by the victorious one is the past be liberated by this generosity of mine. Any of you spirits who remain in this place or who dwell on the earth or move in space always behave lovingly towards all beings and practice the Buddha Dharma day and night. Through the virtue, may all beings perfect the accumulations of merit and pristine awareness, and may they attain the 2 sacred kayas. They occur due to merit and pristine awareness. May there be auspiciousness, unsullied by effort and striving, like the wish-granting properties of the wish-fulfilling gem. Granting the wishes of sentient beings, fulfill their hopes. With this and other auspicious wishes conclude on a note of virtue. Or the other way, of course, this is not to read, sorry. Yeah, fulfilling their hopes. Yeah. So that's the kind of dedication. I'm reading all this. That also we can read, of course. I mean, it makes sense, you know, when we read all these small letters also. Okay, so that's the conclusion, and also we can say dedication. So now, yeah, now you all can unmute and then any question or anything. So sorry, I couldn't finish the entire Jiva Samchut. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Next time we can go through the Dumjinchen part and then continue the other things. Yeah. Now you have any doubt or questions, you can unmute. And then we can do maybe the aspiration of the last of the Nolsang, because pandemic is still in India is really now getting, it's scary, the numbers of cases is very rapidly increasing. It's just unbelievable, very scary. So I think we should do the last of the Nolsang aspiration for this pandemic, yeah, and then dedicate for all the beings. We can do that in the end. Anyway, for time being, you can unmute and any questions, and then you all got the recording link, yeah, I sent in the WhatsApp chat. So that is, I hope it's okay, because the camera, we couldn't, have a kind of a multiple camera. Otherwise, we could have, Holiness was there, very kindly, Holiness attended. And then, because, we all feel good when Holiness voice is there, of course, it's very precious. And so Holiness voice is there, but then the video is not there because camera couldn't focus, because you all have to look at the Damaru and all these things. So they have to focus on us. So, but anyway, voice is there. You can, now that is the complete, I think you all can go through it and then you can download it and then practice together. Hopefully it's beneficial for all of you. Yeah. And anyway, so now any question? Any doubt?
Tingla, when we're visualizing, do we visualize throughout the entire practice or just during the, when exactly should we be visualizing all the offerings?
All the offerings? Yeah. When we, you are saying when we are doing Ahung, yeah?
Only Om Ahung or during the entire, like from the entire practice?
Yeah, during the Om Ahung also, of course, Om Ahung with the physical offerings we burned during when we are saying Om Ahung, of course we, while we are repeating these 3 times, and then offerings we can, at the same time, there are so many visualize, yeah, when we are saying Om Ahung, also smoke, all this, the spaciousness of smoke, and also in Rio Sanctuary, it will come tomorrow when I explain. Fire also, sometimes it has fire also, so we can visualize while you are saying Om Ahung, while you are reciting Om Ahung. Offering comes, when I mentioned the offerings of body, your body, speech, and mind, let go of your speech, body, speech, and mind, at the same time, the offerings, it includes in that. So offerings in, the offerings are in the form of smoke here in the Rio Sanctuary, so we say Sang, the Rio Sanctuary is the form of offerings in a form of smoke. So we can visualize at the same time while you are reciting Om Ahung.
Okay.
And also, if it is possible, during the, we will go through it anyway, it will come, while you are reciting the Dum Rinchen part. You can also visualize at the same time while you are reciting. But mainly Om Ahung is the best, because Om Ahung, at least we don't have to look at the, text, you can do by heart. So while you can do all these mantras by heart, then you can do all the visualization. Yeah. You can take, yeah.
Airplane, all the things, all during the practice.
Yes, yes. No, during the Om Mahung. Yeah, all during the practice, if it is possible, you can do. But then most of the time for us, while you are reading, busy reading it, it's quite difficult to concentrate on the visualization. So during Om Mahung, you can again, you can, taking turn and doing all the visualization, doing the Om Mahung while you are reciting Om Mahung. Yeah. Yeah. Any other question, Jao?
So one little question, just to make sure I'm doing it. I did it okay. When we do the self purification with the Om Ahum, is it correct to visualize Om, the Ah, and Hum in the heart, during the nectar?
Oh,
At the same time,
no, letter Om Ahung, you can visualize, you know, in the Gurumbuches, let Om Ahung, better, I think. Better in this. Oh, yeah, you can just, from the spaciousness, letter, when we say Om Ahung, from the Shunyata or from the spaciousness, the letter Om comes, you know, comes. Or the better, I think, because you find difficult. So Gurumbuche, anyway, you have Gurumbuche visualized there. So letter Om come from the Guru Rinpoche's forehead, and A come from the Guru Rinpoche's throat, and then letter Hum comes from Guru Rinpoche's heart. Yeah. And then it purifies. You can do that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Nectar, yeah, nectar. I mean, nectar means coming from Om Ahung. Letter Om Ahung, you can visualize in the in Guru Rinpoche. If not, or other choice, just letter Om Mahung, just visualize letter Om Mahung is in the spaciousness, and then nectar also.
Okay, just coming from spaciousness, coming
on
feeling. Okay.
Or if you feel better with Guru Rinpoche, like Vajra Sattva, no, we have Vajra Sattva, and the nectar coming from Vajra Sattva, body, speech, and mind. I mean the body. So same thing we here in Jiva Sanche also. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question? No, yeah.
That is fine.
So I think all of you are practicing Jiva Sanctuary, yeah? And I've done, I think many of you are practicing it, and if you, I have a complete practice of Jiva Sanctuary recorded, so voice, I think many of our friends have it, but I can also post that one in the Nolsang group, so whoever you don't have, you can listen together and practice together. So it's complete of Jiva Sanctuary, and I did Tara in between, you know, it's a kind of a morning, it's a complete of morning practice set. I've recorded for Claire and their group last time, so I can post that one in the Nolsang group, so you all can, if it is helpful for all of you to do together, yeah, so then I can post that in that one in the Nolsang, in our group chat. Okay, any other question?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I still do not get it where this Om Ahung letter coming from, because if you visualize yourself as a Guru Rinpoche, so this Om Ahung coming out from the forehead, throat, or it just coming from, I still did not get it, sorry, where it's coming from.
Visualization, you also self visualization is there, and also front visualization is there. Front, you know, Guru Rinpoche is in front. So in Jiva Sanctuary did not separately says that front, and like as we have in Nolsang, in other practices we have also verses, this is front visualization and this is self visualization, but in Jiva Sanctuary case we don't have that, but we can always do that, you know, it's not that something is missing. We can have, if you feel better to have the front visualization, you can always have the Guru Rinpoche in front of you, and then yourself also visualization. When it comes to purification, so then again we will have a doubt, you know, how come I am Guru Rinpoche and then I have nothing to, you know, purify. You might feel that, but then it's not, you know, because we temporarily, or the relatively, even though we are visualizing Guru Padma Sambhava, but we have lots of things to purify. So what you can do is, I think better, I think to my understanding and what I feel comfortable with is the Guru Rinpoche in front of you, you are visualizing, and then visualize in, Om Ah Hung in the Guru Rinpoche's forehead, speech and mind, body, speech and mind, and then the letter nectar comes from his forehead and his speech and his heart.
Like Guru Yoga.
Yes, I think that's the best thing, because we have a lot of doubt comes, then how it happens. Otherwise, of course, if you have no doubts and if you're okay, then whatever is, as I said, just visualize the letter. 3 letter is the Guru Rinpoche, 3 letter, and the Guru Rinpoche's body, speech and mind is inseparable. So, without Guru Rinpoche's form, you can just visualize letter Om Ah Hung, and then just from letter Om Ah Hung, the nectar comes. We can visualize that one also. So if you feel, I think to my understanding, we all feel comfortable with something there, So visualize Guru Padma Sambhava, and then letter Om Ah Hung will be much better. Yeah. Yeah, and any other question? No, yeah. So much of nonsense. I was talking too much, I think, yeah. Was it clear? It makes sense to all of you? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was, I think my way of explaining is very messy. I always feel that, I don't know, somehow. Yeah, very messy.
No, it's excellent.
Very clear. Thank you, Tingla.
No, thank you for saying that. I will try. I try my best, but always like that. I think it's my habit, or it's kind of, I'm used to that kind of funny, messy teaching.
Teaching very clear.
Thank you. Okay, any other question then? No, yeah. Okay. Okay, so then now let's dedicate. I think time is quite always running. Never wait for us. Okay, so then you all can go to, you all have the aspiration, last part of the Nolsang. Yeah, we all can do that and dedicate for all the beings who are going through this pandemic. Yeah. Yes. You all have it? You all got it? Yeah, let's dedicate all our merit, whatever we have accumulated in these 2 hours. Of course, we have, when we count the time, it's immense. We always, like 2 hours is, when we count 2 hours is how many minutes, and how many seconds. So it's when we count, then we realize, oh, it's a lot. So whatever we do in these 2 hours, of course, we have accumulations of merit is huge, especially when we do together, even though it's a virtual, but then gathering, the Sangha community, how do you say, Sangha, it's a doing practice together, then individual, and then collectively doing it's a huge difference. When we do together, collectively, the merit will become multiplies a lot. Yeah, so okay, whatever we have accumulated, all the good virtues, we dedicate for all the beings, those who are suffering, or those who are going through, those who are going through all the difficult times. Okay, so let's dedicate together. Jumden de dijin shekwa munlam dripe gelbol chakse hello le da lu breaking le girbai don da ne da jumbe sewasu sinjine imi devene namgo jikden kamsu jumare magire chidare shime dripe se chaji gichi lalu sem delje Sotone ki dungi jingi Jikdene kamso jumor magire Chida shinje kana tsupadar Nege mingzam tepe chachembe Ninje pata takpe so ki Luchine gula no paramagire Nebe giri tonta ye juda Lobre jo sungya juda Jiga zaji nila sopa ye Luchine gula tsewar magire Lusim dewa malu jojebe Juje tobe dungi jingi Malu jijingi danto dingir Ne tirine me digire Lama concho namgi duje da Kanjo chekyo sumi dudo da Lede luwa me bedin dogi Mulam chitre tapa drugyu Karma rabji marme Guma zilpa chuburda Milam lokdang tinda Duje chenam deda Okay, so we wish you all a good weekdays ahead, successful time. I don't know time, successful weekday, and then wish you all the best. Anyway, see you in next weekend. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday, and then take care and stay well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.